Imagine waking up one day and feeling like your own body isn't really yours. It's a terrifying thought that highlights just how crucial our physical selves are to our sense of who we are. But here's where it gets controversial. New research is flipping the script on long-held ideas about consciousness, suggesting our bodies aren't just passive vessels but active players in our conscious experience. Stick around to discover why this could change everything we think about the mind, the body, and even the future of AI. We often breeze through our days, barely noticing the intricate dance our bodies perform, until a twinge of pain or an unexpected stumble reminds us. Yet, hidden beneath this everyday ease is an extraordinary feat. Our brains tirelessly weave together visual cues, tactile sensations, and signals from muscles and joints to create a seamless feeling that this flesh and bone is undeniably ours. Experts in psychology and neuroscience refer to this as body ownership, a cornerstone of self-consciousness. It's that deep-seated awareness of being a distinct individual housed in a specific body, setting us apart from the surrounding environment. And in an era of advancing AI, it's a key factor that makes us uniquely human, or so we've thought. For years, prevailing theories have argued that much of this bodily integration occurs beneath the radar of our awareness, acting as an automatic pilot for our actions while our conscious minds tackle more pressing matters. But our latest study, published in PNAS, https://www.pnas.org/doi/1073/pnas.25036291122, challenges this notion head-on, offering fresh perspectives on the nature of consciousness itself. While most consciousness experiments have focused on fleeting lights or noises to explore when and how external inputs bubble into our awareness, https://www.nature.com/articles/S41467-024-527778-5. Surprisingly few have delved into the direct ties between conscious awareness and our bodily sense of self. To bridge this gap, we employed an updated take on the iconic rubber hand illusion, https://www.nature.com/articles/35784. Picture this: a volunteer's real hand is concealed, and a realistic rubber hand is positioned nearby. When both are stroked simultaneously, many participants start to experience the eerie sensation that the fake hand has become an extension of their own body. We engineered a robotic system, https://www.science-direct.com/science/article/pi/S001002772300127, to manipulate this illusion with pinpoint accuracy, down to the millisecond. In our primary experiment, 32 participants viewed two rubber hands side by side as a robot gently tapped their hidden real hand. Each round featured one rubber hand tapped in perfect sync with the real one, and the other with a tiny lag ranging from 18 to 150 milliseconds. After a brief tapping sequence, participants selected which rubber hand felt more like their own and rated the intensity of that ownership sensation. This setup allowed us to assess two critical elements: objective accuracy, how well their sense of ownership identified the matching hand, and subjective clarity, how vividly they perceived that connection. If body ownership largely operated unconsciously, as some theories suggest, we might have seen participants correctly identifying the synced hand even when they described only a faint sense of ownership. But that's not what happened. As we widened the timing gap between the real and fake hands, accuracy improved. More importantly, their self-reported clarity of ownership climbed in tandem. Both metrics began to sharpen around a 30-millisecond mismatch. Below that threshold, it was mostly random guessing, but beyond it, selections grew more precise, and feelings of ownership became unmistakably vivid. In essence, the moment the brain reliably distinguished "this is my hand" from "this isn't," conscious awareness mirrored that distinction perfectly. This diverges from patterns in vision studies, where unconscious processing can influence actions before full awareness kicks in. https://www.nature.com/article/S41562-020-01004-5. And this is the part most people miss. Body ownership doesn't fade into the background. It demands our active, conscious attention. To confirm this was truly about body ownership and not merely detecting timing differences, we conducted follow-up tests. When we positioned the rubber hands in physically impossible orientations, the illusion vanished, and participants seldom felt any ownership, no matter the timing. Switching to wooden blocks and asking them to judge synchronization instead of ownership weakened the link between performance and awareness. This indicates that the strong, conscious grasp on information is unique to body ownership, not a byproduct of general multisensory blending. We also explored whether this tight bond persists when ownership develops slowly. In another experiment, we varied the number of taps before decisions. With more taps providing richer sensory input, discrimination sharpened as expected. Yet again, awareness ratings rose proportionally, reinforcing that consciousness stays intimately connected. Collectively, our results lead to a straightforward yet profound insight. When it comes to body ownership, consciousness enjoys uninterrupted, preferential access to the pertinent details. This stands in stark contrast to vision and hearing research, where signals can shape behavior without ever surfacing into awareness. It hints that our bodily self might hold a privileged spot in our conscious reality. Why? Body ownership is inherently tied to our sense of self, grounding our first-person viewpoint in the world and forming the foundation for every other experience. Plus, it relies on intricate cross-sensory coordination, potentially sparking the broad brain activity linked to conscious states. https://www.cell.com/neuron/fulltext/S0896-627320-30052-0. But here's where it gets truly thought-provoking. If our bodily self is so central to consciousness, does this mean AI, with its disembodied algorithms, can never truly feel or be conscious like humans? Or are we underestimating the potential of future tech? Beyond the theory, these findings carry practical weight. Disruptions in bodily self-perception plague conditions like schizophrenia. https://www.science-direct.com/science/article/EBS/pi/S092009964203057888, where individuals might feel detached from their bodies. Eating disorders. https://www.cambridge.org/course/journal/psychological medicine/article/apps/increased plasticity of the bodily self in eating disorders/CFF-CEFDCC-CFCAR, involving distorted body images, borderline personality disorder. https://academic.oup.com/nc/article 2019/1/NIS017/5692683, with unstable self-concepts, and autism spectrum disorders. https://ling.springer.com/article/10.1007/S1083-011-14330-7, where bodily boundaries can feel off-kilter. Our research provides new ways to measure how finely calibrated this system is, potentially aiding diagnosis and treatment. For instance, imagine therapies that help someone with schizophrenia rebuild their sense of body ownership through targeted illusions, much like our experiments. The implications extend to cutting-edge tech, too. Virtual reality and prosthetics increasingly aim to make users feel embodied in digital or artificial forms. Our findings suggest that true immersion hinges on aligning sensory inputs to foster a sharp, conscious sense of "this is me." Without that, users might feel alienated, like staring at a disconnected avatar. Finally, our work fuels broader debates on consciousness. If bodily information nearly always enters awareness, it bolsters the view that sustaining a stable, embodied identity is a primary purpose of being conscious. This perspective underscores a fundamental divide between humans and today's AI, questioning whether machines